Life is a daring adventure filled with endless possibilities. Every day presents us with new challenges and opportunities, pushing us to explore the unknown and test our limits. Yet too often we find ourselves standing at the precipice of our dreams, held back by an invisible force, fear. This fear can be paralyzing, making us question our abilities and our worth. It whispers doubts in our ears, urging us to retreat to the familiar, to the comfort of what we know. It tells us that the unknown is dangerous, that stepping out of our comfort zone is a risk not worth taking. Fear is a natural human emotion, a primal instinct designed to protect us from danger. It has its roots in our evolutionary past, where survival often depended on our ability to recognize and avoid threats. Think back to a time you hesitated, a moment when fear held you captive. Perhaps it was a pivotal moment in your life, a decision that could change your future. Maybe it was the fear of public speaking, the anxiety of standing in front of a crowd and sharing your thoughts, the fear of starting a new business, the uncertainty of venturing into the unknown, and the possibility of failure. Or even the fear of expressing your true feelings, the vulnerability of opening up to someone and the risk of rejection. These moments, though uncomfortable, are reminders that fear is a constant companion on our journey. It walks beside us, ever present, challenging us to confront it. But here's the crucial truth. Fear, while innate, doesn't have to control us. We can learn to coexist with it, to acknowledge its presence without letting it dictate our actions. We have the power to acknowledge its presence without surrendering to its grip. Through mindfulness and self-awareness, we can recognize when fear is holding us back and choose to move forward anyway. We can choose to see fear not as a barrier, but as a signal, a call to step outside our comfort zones and embrace the unknown. Each step we take in the face of fear is a step towards growth and self-discovery. Remember, the greatest growth often occurs on the other side of our fears. It is in these moments of courage that we find our true strength and potential. By recognizing fear as a natural part of life, we can begin to dismantle its power and unlock our true potential. Embrace fear and let it be the catalyst for your greatest achievements. Fear, while intended to protect us, can become a double-edged sword. When we allow fear to dictate our decisions, we limit our experiences, stifle our creativity, and shrink from opportunities for growth. We become prisoners, unfortunately, are not uncommon. Fear thrives on inaction. It whispers that it's safer to stay small, to remain hidden, to avoid the possibility of disappointment or defeat. But in doing so, we sacrifice the richness and fulfillment that come from pursuing our passions and embracing our full potential. We must remember, a life lived in fear is a life half-lived. To truly thrive, we must break free from the chains of fear and step boldly into the arena of our dreams. The path to a fulfilling life is paved with courage, resilience, and the unwavering belief in our ability to overcome any obstacle fear throws our way. Fear, like a chameleon, can take on many forms, disguising itself in our thoughts and behaviors. It adapts to our vulnerabilities, shifting its appearance to blend seamlessly into our psyche. To effectively combat fear, we must first learn to recognize its various faces. Each expression of fear is a mask, hiding the true nature of our anxieties and insecurities. One common form is the fear of failure. This fear can paralyze us, making us hesitate at crucial moments, preventing us from taking the necessary steps toward our goals. This fear whispers that our efforts won't be good enough, that we'll stumble and fall, leaving us vulnerable to criticism and judgment. It tells us that every mistake is a reflection of our worth, making us dread the possibility of falling short. The fear of rejection, its close cousin, convinces us to avoid putting ourselves out there, to shy away from connections and opportunities for fear of being deemed unworthy. It makes us question our value in the eyes of others, leading us to isolate ourselves. Then there's the fear of judgment, the nagging voice that worries about what others will think, holding us back from expressing our authentic selves. This fear can be particularly insidious, as it often stems from a deep-seated need for approval and acceptance. And let's not forget the fear of the unknown, the unease that arises when we contemplate stepping outside our comfort zones, venturing into unfamiliar territory. This fear can be both thrilling and terrifying, as it challenges us to grow and adapt. Each of these fears, while seemingly different, shares a common thread. They thrive on uncertainty and feed on our insecurities. They exploit our doubts, magnifying them until they seem insurmountable. However, by shining a light on these fears, by naming them and understanding their root causes, we can begin to dismantle their power and reclaim control over our lives. Awareness allows us to see fear for what it truly is, a barrier that can be overcome. Remember, awareness is the first step toward liberation. By acknowledging our fears, we take the first step toward freeing ourselves from their grip, opening the door to new possibilities and a brighter future. Throughout history, countless individuals have stared down their fears and emerged victorious, proving that courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the triumph over it. These remarkable figures have shown us that fear is a natural part of the human experience, but it doesn't have to be a barrier to achieving greatness. Instead, it can be a catalyst for growth and transformation. Their stories serve as beacons of hope, reminding us that we too can overcome our fears and achieve greatness. They illuminate the path forward, showing us that with determination, resilience, and a steadfast belief in ourselves, we can conquer even the most daunting challenges. Consider the legendary entrepreneur Henry Ford, who faced numerous setbacks and bankruptcies before revolutionizing the automobile industry. His journey was fraught with obstacles, yet he persisted, driven by a vision that would ultimately change the world. Ford's story teaches us that failure is not the end, but rather a stepping stone to success. Or the celebrated author J.K. Rowling, whose manuscript for Harry Potter was rejected by multiple publishers before captivating the world with her magical storytelling. Her perseverance in the face of repeated rejection is a testament to the power of believing in one's dreams, no matter how many times the world says no. Oprah Winfrey, a media mogul who overcame a childhood of poverty and abuse, now empowers millions through her message of hope and resilience. Her journey from adversity to influence is a powerful reminder that our past does not define our future. Oprah's story encourages us to rise above our circumstances and use our experiences to inspire and uplift others. And who could forget Malala Yousafzai, a young activist who, despite being shot by the Taliban for advocating for education, continues to fight tirelessly for girls' rights around the globe. Malala's unwavering courage in the face of life-threatening danger highlights the profound impact one individual can have on the world. Her story is a powerful call to action for all of us to stand up for what we believe in. These individuals, each facing their unique fears and challenges, refused to be defined by them. They chose to rise above their circumstances, demonstrating that our greatest fears can become our greatest sources of strength. Their journeys inspire us to confront our own fears head-on and to see them as opportunities for growth. Their stories remind us that within each of us lies an indomitable spirit, a wellspring of courage waiting to be tapped. This inner strength is what enables us to face our fears, to push beyond our limits, and to achieve the extraordinary. It is a reminder that we are all capable of greatness, if only we dare to believe in ourselves. By drawing inspiration from those who have dared to dream big and overcome adversity, we can ignite our own inner fire and embark on our own journeys of fearlessness and fulfillment. Their legacies serve as a guiding light, encouraging us to pursue our passions, to embrace our fears, and to transform them into stepping stones toward a brighter, more fulfilling future.